I love a good sandwich and a good challenge.
You good?
That is looking good. Who's your daddy? Today I'm gonna share something super simple. Look at that. I feel like it's too easy to actually do a video, but I'm gonna do it. No cook, meaning no stoves, but really easy. And something you can have on one of these hot summer days. Like, no, Frankie, you're pretty warm. You gotta stop laying out in the sun. Let's get to it. You just relax, don't get up. I'll take care of all of this, okay? You just direct. Famous producer. Finally sunny here. It's warm out. It is 26 degrees here right now, which is 79 degrees here. Whoa. The sun is out. The sky is blue. You would never know it. All right, enough fooling around. I'm not gonna be using the stove today. There's no way. It's too hot. And I wanna make sure I probably have enough for tonight too. So I'll do this once and I'm gonna just cut this. This is extra firm tofu. Extra firm, right? It's not sold in a water bath. It's sold in those vacuum packed. That's how you can tell if it's extra firm. So it's super durable compared to the other one. So super easy. I'm just gonna shave it as thin as I can, pretty thick-ish, thick, whatever you wanna do. It's like that. That's how I want it. For this recipe, you could do it in cubes if you want to. Do it any shape you want. And I'm just gonna set a couple pieces aside for Miss America. We had a little bit of a tiff this morning and she's off with her friends on a play date, cooling off a little bit from our heated discussion over how many treats she gets. I spoil that dog. And I do believe she should be spoiled, as every animal should be spoiled. That's what they're here for us to spoil them. But she kind of takes it a little bit too far because she's like an intake valve. She will just consume everything and anything. There's no stopping it. She's so good. She only eats what she's handed. She's an amazing pup. Let's add the tofu right to a bowl. We're also gonna use these amazing pickles. There's no right or wrong way to do this sandwich or this salad or whatever we're gonna call it. But I like to have my pickles diced. It reminds me of my childhood when I was growing up. They had them diced, the pickles. Whenever I went to the sub shop or grinder shop or hoagie shop, they would have them diced. And this is how I prefer them. Oh, look who showed up. You're so beautiful. Look what I got for you. Your favorite. Oh, yummy. Oh, good girl. Can I have a kiss now? Give me a kiss. Give me a real one. Oh, thank you. I love you. So for the cabbage, I did take a little wedge off of it last night for my dinner. All we're gonna do is shave it. And I'm not gonna use the stem. And then if there's any weak, limp parts on the outside, I just discard those. Compost. The reason why I want this kind of cabbage as opposed to lettuce, which I could use some leaf lettuce, which I have in there, but this cabbage, it's got more crunch, it's got more texture. And one of the things I really look for in a dish, three things: taste, texture, and experience. Experience in eating it and experience for me cooking it. I want to have that nice cooking experience. I had a 200-gram bag of kale. Rinsed it, didn't want to bore you with me taking the stems out, so there's no stems in here at all. So I'm gonna boil some water on the kettle right there, it's going, and we're gonna use that. This is gonna be my side. It'll also be a nice little salad for later on, tomorrow, or whatnot. While that's boiling, I'm gonna add half of this. I don't need all this. I'm gonna add actually most of it. I'm gonna save like 1 cup's worth. I also have about half a bag of baby spinach left, probably 100 grams in here. This is the only thing I'm gonna use hot water for, or anything hot, because it's too freaking hot to be eating hot food right now. And you're gonna notice I do this technique a lot for greens. It's the easiest way to prepare and not mess it up. Just gonna stir that in. And this is hot, I'm just gonna set it aside. I want it super chilled down for the salad we're gonna make. I strain the hot water out, straining it with cold water. Squeeze out some of this water as much as possible. And then let it sit. I'm gonna slice the tomato. All right, let's make this quick work. Kind of thin. We're definitely gonna have one of these in there for the crunch and the spice. Because I don't mind the heat, I'm gonna leave the seeds in. If you don't want the heat, don't add seeds. I'm gonna add the jalapeno right to the tofu. The pickles. I also have like this many capers. That's all I got left in that jar. Right there. It's not a lot. I wish I had a little bit more. I did that video about the nutritional yeast. This is like the 4th time I'm gonna reference it because people keep asking what you do with the seasonings. So this is just the nutritional yeast that I made all those different seasonings. So I think I made 6 different ones. Say hello to my little friend. Not just 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 ways to boost the beast. This is the garlic and herb one, and it's just nutritional yeast with like this and that. Probably about 3 tablespoons. Also added protein. 2 tablespoons of vegan mayo, and then 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Big mustard fan here. Green onions or scallions, quick dice. Throw away the ends. Green onions, they're not as strong as regular white or red onions, but you could also add those if you don't have green onions. I'm not sponsored. I do have friends in the industry, and one of my good friends, Ben from Jacobson Sea Salt. I got this when I was out in Portland. I've had a couple containers here, and I love it. It's just natural, pure sea salt. And this is from Oregon. I don't think you can get it here in the UK, but definitely in the States, this is what I use. Small pinch. Big fan of black pepper, so I'm gonna do a good size pinch. That's probably a teaspoon. That's the hot mess it looks like right now. Gonna mix this up kind of like a pasta salad, tuna salad, whatever you used to make, but I'm just using tofu. I actually want to break up some of these pieces. This is gonna be great to have in the fridge. Taste it. Super good. More than super good. I have to explain myself a little bit better. That you get that little bite from the Dijon, the mayonnaise, the creaminess, which you could use a little bit of olive oil if you don't want to use vegan mayonnaise. The crunch from the jalapeno and then the pickles, a little bit of the caper and the green onion there. It's a really nice, mild salad that I could just shovel in my face anytime I want to open the refrigerator. Serve it with potato chips, serve it with greens, serve it with whatever you want. Make it on a sandwich, put it on lettuce, have a part of your salad. It's just a good way to get protein for those of you concerned about protein. And that nutritionally, 3 tablespoons adds about 18 more grams of protein to this whole bowl. And that was a 350 gram block of tofu. Good amount of protein in there for those of you worried about it. Back to the salad real quick. It's nice and cool. I'm just gonna give it an extra squeeze, adding it right to the bowl. A couple tablespoons of sesame oil, salt, black pepper. I have some dark soy sauce. I usually keep dark and light soy sauce, so just a little bit, like a teaspoon. Added umami, and then I'm just gonna mix it up. So you can see, nothing crazy. There we go. It tastes freaking amazing. I'm just gonna add it to this bowl. This could work with any greens you want to add to it. Regular cabbage, green cabbage, red cabbage, collard, any kind of kales, all the different greens. Spinach. It's so good. This is one of those recipes where I just think it's too simple to show on camera and show you guys, but you guys have been asking for simple, super simple. This is how I love to eat. Super healthy, super good. And it's a way I could get my greens in. And I could eat this as a whole meal, just like this. All right, let's get down to business for what this is really about. Half of a French baguette from the local bakery. I'm lucky enough to be able to walk to a bakery where I live. Gonna cut that in half. I'm super curious where you're from. Do you call them subs? Do you call them hoagies? Do you call them grinders? What do you call them? What do you call these kind of sandwiches when they're in the long bun? I feel like I've lived in so many places, I forget what proper name belongs to where I'm originally from. And I have a little bit of that rocket arugula. Love this peppery taste. So good. I have some vegan cheese here. This one happens to be, come over here. Good girl. I keep forgetting every time I open that package, she comes running. Move out of my way.
I love you, Dad.
I like splitting them up.
It's party time.
Frankie, why don't you go lie down? You're all hot. Go lie down. Take this off of you. Go lay down.
I'm gonna add a little bit on the side here, in this case cabbage. I'm just gonna make it a good size sandwich. Get 2 pieces out of here, one for right now, one for later for dinner. I'm gonna add the rest of the cabbages on top here. It's okay if you make it big like this, it's good. This is good, I'll show you what to do. And then the rocket, arugula. If you want to get a little bit more fancy like a deli, I'm just gonna add a little bit of vinegar, add of olive oil, just a little bit of salt and pepper on top, salt and pepper. And this, look at that, bad boy. That is looking good. Fantastic, except for that little piece hanging off. Quick wipe down. Talking more about how to keep clean. Every time I move something off of this cutting board, I just wipe it down. It was drilled into my head to work clean, to work as you're working on a TV set. I enforced it myself because I own so many catering companies and I did so much catering that every time I went into somebody's house, I always left it cleaner than when I would enter. So I would clean their kitchen for them. cook, do everything. Plus you gotta do it anyways, so you might as well just do that extra and earn the merit. Easiest things to take your sandwiches next level, professional style, is to wrap them. There's no way I could fit my mouth around this freaking thing. But if you wrap it and condense it, just like back in the old deli. Now this is a pro. I can take this anywhere. Walk downtown, I can take it on the train, I can take it in the car. I tape it in 2 spots. I need to get my deli tape. All right, you get the picture. This tape sucks. I don't have any other tape. Look at that. Beautiful crosscut. And half I'm putting in the fridge for later. Gonna save this. Yeah, this is a whole nother meal, or 2 if I make it into a salad. And look at that. Great meal for later. And then also, dead potato chips. Tastes a lot like wakame, if you've ever had wakame sushi or anything Japanese restaurant. But it's a lot like that. It's got the bounce to chew, but it's just not seaweed. Probably because of the sesame, a little bit of soy in there. But it's super good and so fresh, it'll even be better tomorrow when it sits and chills overnight. Now, to try to get this. It's like one of those sandwiches you'll find me in a corner with a big towel sitting in the dark eating. Super good. Hunker down and just dig right in. Or you can have in a wrap. And for the gluten-free, there's that salad option, or just wrap it in lettuce or collards. Here's the banana chip. If you guys like this video, it was super quick. I'm not always gonna do super quick. I definitely wanna do a little bit more intricate and more advanced and some good stuff. But check out these videos over here, girl. Check out these videos over here. And thanks for supporting. Super appreciate it. Love you.